Alright, YouTube, let's set up a Saturday night lighting vibe. We have the sunset lamp already turned on. It's shining a bright blue. Before we set up the lights, I'm not going to use my practice chanter to actually present this, but we are going to present it in a very special way. Kind of like a Scottish burn supper, but I found I was going to make this video last night, but it just didn't cross quite yet. But we're gonna look at Olo for a little bit. So there's magenta, and then we're gonna switch to cyan, and hopefully that we see Olo. If y'all didn't see it, that's all cool. Okay, I'm gonna switch this back to blue. I know y'all couldn't see it very well in the daylight, but sunset lamp is working. You got blue light shining on my queen size, pretty much through the middle of it. Now we're going to set up the Saturday, we're going to set up the other light over here. Alright, let's come down here, and we're going to go ahead and plug up for tonight. This is the pin spotlight, and we are plugged in. And we have our disco mirror dots displaying light all over the place. It's on white right at the moment. So this is the blue right now. Is the white right now is a bit brighter than the blue, but we're going to be switching that. You can definitely see that on the wall right there. The pin spot is the mirror ball is eclipsing the spotlight a little bit. It kind of looks like a solar eclipse. But that's the way it needs to be. It needs to be a little ring of light around the center, and then the mirror ball in the center. So there's like a ring of light, and there's a black circle in the center. That's how a mirror ball needs to look when it's set up. Alright, so now we're going to set up the colors. We're going to come over here and grab the remote for the pin spot. And we're going to switch it down to blue. It's going to be the fourth button from the top on the right. We're going to aim over here. Hopefully that changes blue. Alright, let's see. Okay, right now it's on like a yellowish red for some reason. It's a bright yellow. Hold on a second. Just aim over here. Just to make sure. Okay, now we have. Okay, that seemed to change the color a bit. Oh, I have it I have it flipped upside down a little bit. Oh, here we go. There's magenta. Now let's see if we can see Olo. Alright, so we got it on magenta. Now I'm going to switch to cyan, and hopefully we can see Olo with the pin spotlight. So we're on cyan at the moment. And we should be able to see Olo. Alright, here we go. That's a bright magenta. Let's see if it switches to Olo. Oh, there we go. See, the magenta on the bottom actually works better for the Olo effect. The magenta on the bottom will probably work better for Olo. So make sure we're on magenta. And I'm going to aim the camera that way. Hopefully y'all can see it. I could actually see it. Like, I'm aimed up right at the spotlight. Like, I'm actually facing the spotlight. But you can probably see Olo. Let's see, if we hit this other cyan color, that's yellow on, there's magenta. Now I'm going to hit this other cyan, this greener shade of cyan, and see what happens. Okay, now I was able to perceive Olo in that color. Now it can still be perceived with the cyan on the bottom left right here. The two buttons on the right, the third one from the bottommost on the right is a cyan, and the second one on the left is also a cyan. So Again, Olo can only be perceived with lasers. Oh yeah, that's a very nice saturated Olo. Now I'm going to set this to blue, since that's my color for tonight. Alright, and now we're on a nice blue color. I'll probably do another Olo video with the sunset lamp again, well, the spotlight again, hopefully after tonight. You know, it's still daytime, but we'll probably do another spotlight video with Olo and stuff. Right now it's daytime. But anyways, the lights are set up and ready to go for tonight. Blue all the way, sunset lamp, and the disco ball pin spotlight is set up. And that was just another, I know y'all couldn't see it in the day, much in the daytime, but there's Olo, the color, the new color that was discovered by scientists. Now, let's demonstrate it again, this time actually looking at it with the pin spot. So, I'm going to change from blue to magenta, and we're going to look at Olo. Alright, and so, here it is. You just make sure to switch, make sure the camera's aiming right into the spotlight. There we go. Somewhere right there. There's magenta. And now, here comes Olo. So that's a bright magenta. And here we go. Now, off camera, I was actually able to perceive Olo very well. That bright cyan light blue. There we go. And that's Olo. I'm not using Olo for tonight because I'm going to be doing some things tonight. I'm going to run blue. I'll be playing music tonight, so I'm going to run blue. Blue all the way. Now the sunset lamp does have a softer blue. If you look directly at the spotlight and then at the sunset lamp, I'm going to go over to the pin spot, look directly at it. It's very bright. That's like a 15-watt bulb. But that's pretty awesome. That's what makes it awesome. Alright, and that's the sunset. That's the pin spotlight. The bright blue, and here's the sunset lamp over here. Now, if you look really up close at the sunset lamp, yes, it does appear as bright as the sunset lamp, but not as bright. But the sunset lamp with its blue color does show a little bit of green on the, like a little ring of green, but it's still blue pretty much all the way. I'm going to go ahead and aim the light. I had it aimed at my bed, so when I'm not playing the music, I'll just aim it like right at the bed and stuff. Alright, now I'm going to set the lights right there. Now we're going to test it out. When I walk towards it, produces a nice blue. When I sit down at the bench, still produces a nice blue effect. We'll go through another Olo with the pin spotlight later tonight. I'll get the bagpipes out. Now, on my keyboard video when I did the Great Highland bagpipes, I actually do not have a set of Great Highland bagpipes, but I do have my Scottish mouth-blown small pipes, which I actually thoroughly enjoy. Alright, there we go. Thanks for watching, and more to come later.